This is one of the most wholesomely positive books I have ever read in contemporary times. Every single page from this beautifully illustrated book is just dripping with such positive thinking and such a beautiful outlook towards life. Even British celebrities like Nikki and Pippa Gumble and Miranda Hart and Bear Grylls, yes, that Bear Grylls, has praised this book. This book has managed to reach #1 in every single bookstore across the UK, and it's beautifully appealing to all ages. I am obviously referring to The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. This book was created by a rather interesting author named Charles Mackay. Now, the reason I named him as interesting was because in his own introduction here, he claims that he's not really that good at reading books or writing them to begin with. And he tells the truth that he needs pictures. As to quote him, they are like islands, places to get to in a sea of words. And this book is for everyone, whether they are 80 or 8. I feel like I'm both sometimes. And apparently he's arranged the book so that you can just jump into any page you like and you'll understand any kind of message it has to offer. Because of this book is fairly minimal, yet it's still beautifully impactful. In spite of the lack of the plot, the book appears to be depicting this young boy who meets all these different animal friends, and the boy is just on his way home, presumably. The rest of the story, if you can even call it that, is just the animal friends trudging along, talking to each other, going on somewhat of a journey through the calm forest lands. Honestly, this whole book is like if Winnie the Pooh went to team up with a positive thoughts therapist. And then they left the project to some illustrator who only did this in his free time. And you can easily tell that he was just doing this in his free time, because one of the illustrations is literally a stained tea circle. And the characters say, "Is that the moon?" "No, that's a tea circle." It's a really charming book. And the words and descriptions are beautifully positive. So positive, in fact, that I heard that it was shared thousands of times online, recreated in school art classes, hung on hospital walls, and turned into tattoos. That was a quotation from the Goodreads website. So maybe I should give you a brief plot synopsis. And it's taken from this comment by Larry H. in the Goodreads website. This story about kindness, friendship, and spiritual self-esteem focuses on a lonely boy who then comes across a mole who's rather fond of cake. The boy exchanges his fears and the mole lends some advice and his love for cake. Then they come across a fox trapped in a snare. The boy and mole realize that the fox, if set free, is most likely going to kill the mole. But if they leave the fox, he'll die. So they set free the fox, who is mainly silent throughout their wanderings, and then they come across a horse who has been hiding his talents for too long. And that's pretty much it, although the horse's hidden talents and their last few conclusions are so beautifully presented that I dare not give them away. So this book isn't really much of a story, as it is a book about positive advice, encouragement, and timeless spiritual messages about friendship and love. So obviously this story is just truly profound. Honestly, I just think this book is going to transcend time with its ability to speak to the human soul. In fact, it's inspiring me to give you a Bible verse. Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. So, as those who have been chosen of God, holy and beloved, put on a heart of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. If any of you are feeling down, you got about 17 or so pounds, and you can afford a book, then please purchase The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Not so much of a story, more as a positive advice book, but still a really good book nonetheless. As a traditional storybook, I'd have to give this a 9.9 out of 12. As a positive advice book, I just straight up give this a 12 out of 12. So combine both these scores together, and you roughly get 11.5 out of 12. What was your favorite quote from this book if you've read it? Please let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you want some more content. You see, I can take my eyes off the silver screen for a while. I can read too. Literature, where words transform into entertainment. ScotsThinker signing out.